Hello everyone and welcome to the lower bracket final of the Intel Extreme Masters Season 2. So this is the match between the losers of the two previous best of threes we've seen, the two winner bracket semi-finals, and it is an undead versus human matchup with the undead here on the left hand side being Lucifer, the South Korean, and interestingly he is starting with a Fiend build here, opening with Crypt and Graveyard. He's gonna get his altar a little bit later, and therefore we're not gonna see the immediate Death Knight harassment that we're so used to seeing in Undead versus Human. Instead we're gonna see a bunch of Fiends early on, a delayed hero which is most likely still gonna be the Death Knight, and an early game that's gonna be a little bit more creeping dependent and not, most likely he's not going to rely too much on harassment in the very early stages. And his opponent from France, the human player on the right hand side in dark green, is of course ToD, who starts with a more regular build order, as we've seen so many times by him. He's building his second farm a little bit in front of his base just to get some additional scouting going. And well, the loser of this match is going to be out of the tournament, is going to end up on rank 4, and is going to take home a prize money of 4,000 US dollars, whereas the winner is going to stay in the tournament, is going to have a tough task ahead of him if he wants to end up on the very top of the tournament once it's over. But the winner is still going to have the chance to do so. And keep in mind, ToD has been here before. By the way, he's going for an IEM first. ToD has been here before. In Season 1, he has lost his winner bracket semi-final against Criolofus, and afterwards he ended up winning the tournament without losing any further maps. So yeah, it's definitely still possible to win from here, but not too easy. Let's see who's going to prevail in this best of 3, which, by the way, we've seen already in this tournament as well. This match between ToD and Lucifer has happened in the group stage of these finals already, and back then Lucifer tried to go for some weird gargoyle strategies against ToD, which did not exactly work out too well. The Frenchman ended up winning with 2-0, and we'll see if Lucifer is going to try and go for the same strategy again. Scout, by the way, by ToD has arrived in the meantime and has seen that he's facing a late Death Knight here with a bunch of Fiends early on, and therefore, I guess rightfully so, ToD is going for quite a quick expansion. As I said in the beginning, there's not too much immediate pressure to be expected here, so I guess it's a fine move to go for the expansion rather quickly, without securing the mercenary support all too early on, against a large number of Fiends and a Death Knight that's decently leveled. The addition of the one 4-star Berserker and 4-star Shadow Priest early on isn't really adding up to too much usually. So I'm really feeling like ToD is making the right choice here. Lucifer starting some creeping here. First camp done, Gloves of Haste found, and double Sacrificial Skull in his inventory. ToD is doing some creeping here. If he finds the XP tome, then he's going to be level 3 already. By the looks of it, yeah, the scout farm is now realizing that Lucifer starts to creep here. He has planted one of his sacrificial skulls here. We do not see it on the actual screen, but on the minimap you can see it. So he's gonna get some additional regeneration going here. And ToD actually is trying to creep check here and punish Lucifer for going for this somewhat big creep camp rather early on. The last hit here has gone to the undead level 2 on the DK right now, and I'm not really sure if ToD is really making the right choice here though. He's got only 4 footmen and a level 2 IEM, so I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to do all too much here. IEM, is he going to get the last hit? He's reaching out, but Lucifer gets the last hit. Did you see that? I think the IEM was trying to get the last hit there, but the Ogre Magi must have just run out of vision, and the IEM had to cancel the hit there. Very, very unfortunate for ToD that he didn't get the last hit there. Lucifer coiling a little bit too early. At the end of the day though, the undead did get the experience and the greater mana portion, so that was definitely well worth it for Lucifer, who is for the time being even a little bit ahead in experience, which wasn't really necessary. ToD didn't really achieve anything here, and now Lucifer, what is he doing? Is the pressure gonna start already here? It might. One Arcane Tower has finished here. second one is halfway done, so the Death Knight is not going to have all too much fun around this expansion, but of course the Fiends are going to provide the bulk of the damage output. No tier 2 tech started yet for ToD, no tier 2 tech started yet for Lucifer either, who is building his 32, or just has his 32 supply. Fiend spawned already, second Sacrificial Skull used here. The Arcane Tower has been cancelled, and ToD, without the level 3 IEM, might find himself in some huge pressure here, but at the same time, by the looks of it, maybe Lucifer is going completely all in here. He still hasn't started teching, and maybe he's not going to start teching at all. 5 Fiends are already on the field in front of the human expansion. Another Footman is being taken down here. ToD, yeah, with 5 Footmen in total to work with. That's not really a largely impressive number. One of them is going to fall. We see a lot of white dots moving down the map. That is one more Footman and a bunch of Militia. Death Knight is already out of mana. Keep in mind, he's got the potion if need be. Now ToD is going to have to try and sandwich Lucifer. Lucifer's going to have to try and reposition his Fiends as best as he can, pulling back the low HP ones. Level 3 has been reached on the DK. He's using the mana potions, gets the coil on the Fiend in time. The rest of the Fiends do have to retreat a little bit as well, though. So far, Lucifer hasn't slipped up in micro. Another coil has been used. The one Fiend is gonna be getting out alive. That AM doesn't have the boots of speed, so not really any great chasing potential, and a lot of units killed here on the side of the human. Another Footman is gonna bite it. There is, as far as I can see, no defense upgrade coming, and since he didn't use it yet, also no defense upgrade on the field yet. And Lucifer is actually going for tier 2, scanning the third ghoul here for some additional lumber income while he's taking up. And by the looks of it, he's not going to go completely all in, but he's going to just try and deal a huge lot of damage. And thus far, he's done pretty well. Another coil is going on to one of the Fiends here. One coil is remaining for the time being. Soon two. Next Fiend is being microed back in. I don't think there is... Actually, there is the coil available already. Cooldown has finished, and therefore all of Lucifer's Fiends still are surviving. Now one of them is getting surrounded though by ToD, and that's finally gonna be the first kill on the side of the Frenchman. Fiend is falling, another Militia is falling. Yeah, another 2 Fiends are taking quite a bit of damage, but Lucifer is doing a pretty good job here. Also summoning more and more skeletons. I'm pretty sure one of those Fiends must have brought a Rod of Necromancy. As we can see, he has researched Backpack, and since there are still so many skeletons around, I am pretty sure that another rod has been provided at some point by one of the Fiends. So ToD is trying to get a couple more towers. The one on the front has fallen in the meantime as well. One more Arcane Tower in the back, immediately microed onto the DK, who's being burned out of mana again. The Fiends are doing their best to deal a bit of damage while they have the time, but the second Arcane Tower is now finished. Another Fiend has to retreat. ToD, is he stabilizing here? He has reached tier 2. Mountain King is coming right now. No tier 2 buildings just yet. But Lucifer also has to micro his Fiends back over and over. Thus far is doing a very good job though. Just kiting and still continuing to focus fire. Like if you paid attention previously, there weren't really a lot of hurt units by ToD. So what I mean by that is Lucifer has done a very good job keeping up focus firing the human units, now grabbing a heat scroll, while also kiting back with his Fiends. So he didn't just move back for the sake of saving Fiends, he also just continued to focus fire properly over and over again. That's why this Death Knight is already up at level 4, and ToD doesn't really have a lot to show for it. He's 2.5, he's tier 2, that's something. He's getting a shop right now, getting another tower, trying to just poke in here. Keep in mind there's still the scroll on the side of Lucifer, which he could use at any point. MK has now spawned. Naga second for Lucifer as well. So he's not really thinking about letting the pressure ease off anytime soon. Gloves of Haste immediately passed to the Naga. This Arcane Vault, yeah, might not come up here. Another Arcane Vault is being built at ToD's main, and now the defense upgrade is coming by ToD. It's quite a bit of stuff in front of his expansion. Lucifer poking forward. He's really trying to get this guard tower killed. Heat scroll used right now, and it looks like the damage output is easily going to be enough. ToD is not even trying to repair. Bolt on the Death Knight. The Arcane Towers are doing their work. He's trying to get us around here with the peasants, but there is a town portal still. And if he ever surrounds the DK with his peasants, I mean, so many of them are going to fall. But of course, ToD still has the expansion, so what he needs somehow is time. He's bolting the Naga right now. Defense is finished, and the Footmen are doing their work, but of course they're not overly mobile as long as the defense is running. First footman halfway down, coil onto the Mountain King. The Naga is actually getting the last hit, and the second hero of the human player is the one that's falling, not the Death Knight. One Fiend is dying in return. There was a nice little surround there by only a few footmen. IEM is the next target though. Coil is going onto him before the Death Knight is being burned completely out of mana. It looks like the first hero of the human might fall as well. He's using the Tower Pile, he's used it to the expansion. I'm not really sure where he can go without being killed immediately. Well, there was not the answer, and therefore both of the human heroes have fallen here. Lucifer might lose another Fiend. Well, no, he's not even gonna lose that one since he's got Burrow right now as well. And of course, there's no dust here without any heroes. I mean, it's not like the IEM or the Mountain King did carry dust, but especially with the heroes gone, there's no way in hell with the Burrow that Lucifer can lose any units here. And what can ToD really do? He doesn't even have the resources to get an arcane. Okay, there is one arcane sanctum. A second one is coming. Mountain King has now respawned from the altar, so he's got one bolt available. Death Knight is carrying the Tower Pile. The Naga might be a little bit fragile here if Lucifer doesn't pay attention. In the meantime though, he has finished his slaughterhouse and he's going for tier 3 as well. The Naga is maybe gonna bite it. Mountain King is chasing after her, of course, now out of mana, no Brilliance Aura. The bolt has already been used. Neither of those heroes does have boots, but the Naga does have the aura from the Death Knight. One more cold arrow being casted onto the Mountain King. One Fiend might fall here. Yes, it is falling. Tower Pile had been passed onto the Naga here. Lucifer is getting out with almost everything. And I'm not so sure if he's already out of steam. Statue number 2 is now coming. One of them already out on the field. Lucifer is continuing to creep a bit. Tier 3 not quite finished yet. So Lucifer's got very strong heroes. Death Knight is almost level 5. Naga is going to be level 3 eventually. And I'm assuming once tier 3 finishes, he's going to be adding the Lich with the Orb. And ToD is struggling quite a bit to get his heroes leveled up properly here. As we can see, he's lost almost his entire army, pulling a bunch of militia right now to get this creep camp done sufficiently. IEM is still not level 3. I mean, that just goes to show how few units he has killed here in this match thus far, and how on point Lucifer's Fiend micro has been for the most part. So Death Knight is going to be level 5 right now. Naga is even going to get level 3, if I'm seeing this correctly. Yeah, she is. And the Lich is in production. Destroyer upgrade is coming as well. So there is a great lot of pressure marching towards the expansion of ToD, where 3 towers are finished, which at this point is quite annoying for the heroes. But other than that, damage output wise, it's not too much. Bunch of breakers are being built. Few casters out. And level 3 and almost 2 for ToD here, who is staying on tier 2. Seems like he feels under too much pressure here. And at the same time, look at his resources. He's got 68, 66 now number. So he clearly had to use a lot of militia. And that just causes him to be unable to take to tier 3, even if he wanted to. So more pressure is coming in right now. ToD at 61 supply, Lucifer at 53 only, but I mean, if supply was equal, then that would be an extremely easy win for Lucifer. Even like this, ToD is under a lot of pressure. There are 2 rings on the Mountain King, there's a claw on the IEM, no protective items at all, except for that on the heroes, and the nuke is already going onto the Mountain King, who's dropping down to under 300 hit points. The Lich is now coming in, a huge load of Fiends burrowed here, but as stated previously, there is no dust of appearance. Lucifer can perhaps try and work from a bit of a distance. The next nuke is going onto the IEM. Coil Nova, Fog Lightning didn't even hit. Well, no mana on the Naga, but the IEM is still going down, and the Mountain King is going to be the next target, falling as well. And yeah, there we can see it, even with about 10 supply disadvantage, Lucifer is very, very handily picking apart ToD's army right now. The casters are of course extremely fragile against a large number of units with piercing damage. Bunch of casters have fallen, Forest Troll, Berserker has fallen, and there's really nothing that ToD seems to be able to do at this point. Maybe he can try and run with all of his units, but then again, keep in mind there are only the 3 towers at his expansion, so there's no hiding there. He needs to somehow win a fight. Finally, one of the coils of Lucifer has been a little bit mistimed. ToD has rebought his Mountain King here at the tavern. Level up right now to level 3. Still no 50 mana on that one. Mountain King is staying at a distance, but Lucifer has seen him right now. He's trying to run away. In the meantime, a bunch of militias still trying to deal more damage. And, well, is the MK gonna get a bolt out here? Lucifer is chasing with everything he's got. There is about 65 mana here. Lich is sacrificing a Fiend in order to get another Nova off. And there's gonna be another coil right now available. And that should be enough to kill the MK. It's not even necessary. The Naga is stealing the kill here from the Death Knight of Lucifer. Coil again strikes into nothing as the Mountain King was dead already. But of course Lucifer is still going to gladly take the win here. Quite an interesting strategy by him. Going for the Fiends in the beginning, then, you know, basically transitioning into not exactly an all-in, but all-in-ish kind of play. You know, imagine if he hadn't done any damage with that, then that would basically seal his fate already. But with ToD, in my opinion, being a little bit over-eager there in the beginning to stop Lucifer from creeping, Lucifer was really given an opportunity to make the best out of the opening there. Basically, still getting the majority of the creep camp, dealing quite a bit of damage to ToD's units there early on, and then all of a sudden he was in front of the human expansion where only one arcane tower had finished, with a lot of skeletons, with a lot of fiends, against an AM that was just underleveled for the situation that ToD was in, and therefore ToD was forced to pull militia over and over again. ToD didn't get his tech into production too quickly. ToD wasn't able to get his defend into production too quickly, and of course that all adds up. And I think that can very much be, you know, traced back to the very early game when ToD was just a little bit too aggressive, when he should have just basically played his own game, get up to level 3, get defend into production, perhaps you know, get an additional tower into production more quickly. Instead, he tried to stop Lucifer from getting his game plan done, which turned out to be the wrong choice. Of course, on top of things, he got a little bit unlucky with the over Magi last hit and so on, but still, I think that was the risk he took when he went for the creep check was really unnecessary. And then, of course, once he had taken so much damage that Lucifer went up all the way to level 4, while ToD killed like a Fiend or two in total, was just way too much. And even though ToD eventually reached here too, the final push was just way too difficult to deal with. So that's the 1-0 for Lucifer. He is one map away from moving on into the top 3 of the tournament. ToD needs 2 map wins in a row, and the second map will be Twisted Meadows.